Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Examiners, Ibu Dr. Rachmawati M.Pd, Bapak Drs. Ahmad Ridha M.A, and Ibu Dr. Reli Handayani SS M.Pd. The Honorable my Supervisors, Ibu Duti S.Pd M.Pd, and Ibu Nely Arif S.Pd M.Pd. On this occasion, I would like to present my thesis with the title, The Elocution of Smartphone Advertisements as Found on YouTube. But before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Rahmah Dian Putri. My student's number A1B218039. Chapter 1, Introduction. Background of the study. Utterance in communication is not only aimed to convey information or idea, but also to do an act that is commonly called a speech act. The core of speech act is elocution that is usually occurs in conversation. But because of the technology development, elocution can be found on YouTube advertisement. Advertisement is an attention-seeking device, so the advertiser tries to make the advertisement as interesting as possible with the use of language that is quite different from everyday language in order to catch the customer's interest. However, it potentially emerges some problems such as difficult to understand, confusion, misunderstanding, misinterpretation, because people only understand the language without the context. Therefore, the researcher interested to analyze the elocution of smartphone advertisement to know what the actual meaning of the utterance uttered by the advertiser. Next, limitation of the study. In this research, the researcher limits the analysis on the types of elocution in terms of assertive, directive, commissive, expressive, and declarative. The smartphone advertisement limited on the 8 smartphone brands. They are Apple, Realme, Samsung, Xiaomi, Nokia, Oppo, and Vivo. The researcher analyzed the smartphone advertisement in time frame 2021. Next, formulation of the research question. The research problem formulated by questioned what are the types of elocution of smartphone advertisement on YouTube. And the purpose of the research is to find out and describe the types of elocution of smartphone advertisement on YouTube. Significance of the research. Theoretically, this research is expected to give information and broaden knowledge about elocution and relate it to advertisement in speech act field. Practically, this research may give contribution to the development of pragmatic course, especially elocution. Besides, this research hopefully can give benefit for students in terms of deeper knowledge about elocution. And the last, for the lecturer, this research can be used as teaching material in terms of analysis of elocution of advertisement. Chapter 2, Literature Review. Speech act is an action performed by utterance. Austin classifies speech act into 3. They are locution, act of saying something, elocution, act of doing something, and prolocution, act of producing an effect. The core of speech act is elocution. It is related to the purpose of speaker's intention in his or her mind. Searle divided elocution into 5. They are assertive, directive, commissive, expressive, and declarative. Advertisement, according to Shamsuddin and Sukocho, is a way that is used by advertiser to sell the product. There are 5 functions of advertisement: to informing, persuading, reminding, adding value, and assisting. And the kinds of advertisement is divided into print advertisement, electronic advertisement, outdoor advertisement, direct mail, and transit advertisement. In analyzing elocution, The researcher must consider context, because between context and elocution cannot be separated. Context is a conceptual framework about everything that is used as reference in understanding the meaning of utterance. Next, previous study. There are 3 previous studies. The first from PICA in 2017 with the title Elocution Act of Television Advertisement, Mobile Network Operator, Pragmatic Analysis. Second from Aditya Ayu Pertiwi in 2019 with the title The Direct Elocution Act Analysis of the Character Utterance in 13 Reasons Why. And the last one from Meliana Mustafa in 2017 with the title Elocution Act in the Headlines and Slogans of Beauty Product Advertisements. Chapter 3, Research Methodology. In this research, the researcher used descriptive qualitative research method. According to Creswell, it is a method to develop a detailed understanding of a central phenomenon. The source of the data in this research was YouTube, and the data of this research were the utterances appears in smartphone advertisement on YouTube. According to Sudaryanto in 2018, there are primary and secondary data. The primary data in this research were utterances of smartphone advertisement that contain elocution, while the secondary data were other sources that support the information such as journal, article, dictionary, and so on and so forth. The procedure of collecting the data, the researcher observed the smartphone advertisement on YouTube and then transcribed the utterances appeared, and then the researcher identified the locution and elocution. Locution and elocution cannot be separated because it is related to each other. And then the researcher classified the data based on the types of elocution into the data sheet. For the data analysis technique, the researcher used theory of Miles and Haberman. There are 3 activities in data analysis technique. The first is data reduction. In this step, the researcher focused on identify and analyze the utterance that contain elocution. The second step is data display. Because of this research has purpose to describe the types of elocution of smartphone advertisement on YouTube, then the data were displayed in narrative text. And the researcher drew conclusion based on the data finding as the last step of data analysis technique. Next, trustworthiness. To achieve the data validity, the researcher used technique of persistent observation by doing observation more carefully and continuously. Besides, the researcher also used technique of referential adequacy as the supporter to prove the data by attach the YouTube link of smartphone advertisement. Chapter 4, Findings and Discussion. Based on the analysis, the researcher found there are 82 data, 74 data refers to assertive, and 8 data refers to directive. In Apple advertisement, there are 9 assertive and 1 directive. In Realme, there are 7 assertive and 1 directive, while in Samsung, there are 8 assertive and 1 directive. And in Vivo smartphone advertisement, the researcher found there are assertive only with 7 data. In Xiaomi smartphone advertisement, the researcher found there are 13 assertive and 2 directive. And then in Asus smartphone advertisement, the researcher only found assertive with the 8 data. And next, in Nokia smartphone advertisement, the researcher found 9 assertive and 1 directive. And the last one is Oppo smartphone advertisement. The researcher found there are 13 assertive and 2 directive. Discussions. The advertiser used assertive to claiming, informing, describing, explaining, reporting, and asserting. In smartphone advertisement of Apple, there are 1 claiming, 6 explaining, 3 informing, and 2 reminding. While in Realme smartphone advertisement, there are 1 informing, 2 claiming, 5 explaining, 1 describing, and 1 reminding. In Samsung smartphone advertisement, the researcher found 1 claiming and 7 explaining. In Vivo smartphone advertisement, there are 6 informing and 1 reminding. Next, in Xiaomi smartphone advertisement, the researcher found 3 informing, 12 explaining, and 2 asserting. Next, ASUS smartphone advertisement, there are 4 informing, 2 explaining, 2 claiming, 1 describing, 1 reminding, and 1 asserting. In Nokia smartphone advertisement, the researcher found 7 informing, 1 reporting, 1 reminding, 1 claiming, and 2 reminding. In Oppo smartphone advertisement, there are 1 informing, 2 claiming, 10 explaining, and 1 reminding. While directive is used by advertiser to commanding, ordering, and inviting. In smartphone advertisement of Apple, the researcher found only 1 commanding, while in Realme, the researcher found 1 inviting. In Samsung, the researcher found 1 commanding. In Xiaomi, the researcher found 2 commanding. Then, in Nokia smartphone advertisement, there are 2 commanding and 1 ordering. And the last one, Oppo smartphone advertisement. There are 1 inviting and 1 ordering. Chapter 5. Conclusion and Suggestion. Conclusion. Regarding to the purpose of this research, the researcher found out types of elocution in smartphone advertisement on YouTube. Based on the data findings, there are 74 data refers to assertive and 8 data refers to directive, while types of elocution in terms of commissive, expressive, and declarative are not found in smartphone advertisement on YouTube. For students, by understanding Speech Act, the student will be aware that a language is broad. Besides, by studying Speech Act, the student can identify the language phenomenon and know the actual meaning of the speaker. For a lecturer, linguistics is not an easy subject. Therefore, the lecturer can use an interesting material such as advertisement. It will be fun. Well, I think that's all the material that I can deliver to explain my thesis. I'm so sorry if there are so many mistakes, and thank you so much for watching and attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.